put the mic up. Oh yeah, I think Juan Soto, he's clicking. Everybody's clicking. I mean, everybody's doing good. Well, but we're gonna touch a little bit on that. We got a lot of you guys chatting in already. Um, okay, let's start our live podcast. Okay, all right, cool. All right, we were told that you guys are now finally hearing us on our social media. We were live like 10 minutes ago, but we for some odd reason we were my team was telling me we were having some technical difficulties on our end with our mics. We don't know what the hell is going on. All right, so let's get into the show tonight. Oh, thanks, appreciate that. All right. I think we could do a couple of questions. Why not? I think we could do a couple of questions before we go live. Before we're technically, if you think about it, we don't really start our podcast until like 6 o'clock ish. So I think we could pretty much take some Q&As here in this live stream. Just so everybody knows, we are live on all social media platforms. We're live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We're live on every platform right now. I mean, and we're live on and we're live on Rumble from what I was told too. So we are live on all major platforms tonight, and we got a new studio. I am absolutely excited on the studio. When we're not at City Field, we have tons of monitors in front of me. I got like 3 monitors in front of me right now. When when we're not in the studio, but you got to see these monitors. I wish I could like flip everything over, but I can't. But I mean, we got. I have a monitor over here for my scoreboards. The one in front of me is kind of like pretty much all of our direct lighting. And then on the left hand side of me, I have all of your comments on all of our social media platforms. So we got everything, and we'll take all of your questions. And plus, we have our laptops here, and we're taking all of your questions. So we got lots of ground to cover tonight. So we had yesterday's game, which was yesterday's game was interesting. I think the Mets almost blew that one. I feel it in many different ways. They could have, but they didn't. They ended up winning it very. They ended up winning it very late. They ended up winning it 5-4. That really looked good. Late, really, really late in the game, and we're talking with Carlos Mendoza after the game yesterday. I mean, that was a really nice interview, and I mean, which now we're gonna have that audio, and we will be uploading it to tomorrow morning. We're gonna upload the interview with Carlos Mendoza. But I mean, yeah, it's it's really good to be a Met right now. And listen, all the Met haters out there are gonna be like, oh, whatnot. But if you really look at this team, they really have such great tools. They got everything that you could possibly imagine. But I don't know if I really want to take away anybody, because I mean, we got so many guys that are going to be coming back very soon. I mean, um, we got Blackburn. He's coming back. The Mets just ended up getting another big player today, which was a fan favorite, Zawinski. We brought him back. We brought up we got another guy for cash. So I mean, the Mets are really looking good, right? They're like really stacked with players. So when somebody goes out, another guy could come in. So I mean, there's so many key aspects here of what we've seen so far in almost 3-4 months already. So, um, and plus with all these new additions. So I really do feel that it's still a little, I feel it's complete, but I know kind of everybody might have mixed reactions on this. Is if the Mets have this magical wand that they're doing right now. So I mean, a lot of teams have really fallen into place here. And what do we drop? So that dropped something. Okay. But if you just go up and down this lineup, I mean, let's see, we have, see if I could go into the box scores here. Uh, so Yankees are playing tonight. So Miami and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's winning 5-2. Chicago actually lost against the Phillies. Phillies won 7-2 today, which was over the point. Somebody asked me earlier today, I'm going to bet on Philly. What should I take? Should I take the points or should I go on the money line? And I told them to take the points, and they hit me up and said, "Oh shit, you got me another parlay." So thought that was honestly pretty cool. So um, okay, I'm having problems with my scoreboard. Hey Sarah, can you come in here? Can we fix this? Got my girl trying to see if she can come in here and fix this. For some odd reason, my scoreboard's not working. And again, we're getting all the mishaps now before we actually go live on tonight's stream. We always go live an hour before game time. The Mets right now are doing something downstairs, on the field. They always, do something before game time. And what's so funny was because I got so many of you guys were like, you go live at the stadium at times. So kind of throw it out there. So at times we do go live at the stadium, and there are times we do go live in our studio. So it's very different. I know, kind of like everybody's like, oh, okay. But yeah, we do. We go live on both of our platforms. We go live on everything. Oh, what's up with my screen here? Okay, what's going on here? Don't know what the hell is going on, but okay. Oh, okay. So, uh, Seattle and Arizona. That game is 5-2 right now. Diamondbacks are winning. Um, the the Angels are losing against the Athletics, 3-0. LA's winning right now, 4-1, and they're in the bottom of the sixth inning. And if anybody took the points, don't go on the points on this game. Go on the win. Now I am gonna touch a little on the Met game. So now today's game, we have it on our scorecard. Now, if you are watching our show, just so you guys know that we'll have the scoreboard in our live stream. Some other platforms that we do broadcast are not going to be on the screen. I know we show it on two screens. We show it on TikTok and Instagram. I know all the other platforms we don't have it, so I will be saying it as we go. And we're getting a lot of your questions are all popping in about some of the games for tonight. Okay, so we have a Yankee fan here. They said, should I take the points on this one, or should I go on the under on 8.5? Um, if you're gonna bet on Yankees, the best key here is always going on the points on the Yankees. I wouldn't take the overs or unders. You kind of have to play it. You have to play your options right on that one. That one's kind of more of a gut feeling. You think they're gonna go over, but I don't know who's on the mound. Who's on the mound for the Yankees? Let me see. Um, with on the mound for the Yankees, uh, runs scored up. I wouldn't go. Who's saying it's going on the runs? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. So if you're gonna go over 6 runs for Yankees, I would. Kansas City, their record is not really good. I mean, the Yankees are considered the favorite. Kansas City is considered as the underdog. Yankees are 127. Kansas City's at 108. Yeah, I would. I mean, if you're gonna go on the points, I would go on the points on Kansas City though. That's probably where to go with that one. Uh, and then over and under is at 8.5. I would go well over 8.5. I would definitely probably go at like 13 or 14 runs total. Going on, I would go on the alternative spread. Yankees always scoring. That's one thing that's good about the Yankees. They score a lot. When they're on, they're on. So if you're gonna take the points, take the points. Hey, what's up, Mountain Man? What's going on, man? How's the family? How's the wife? I didn't see you on yesterday. Tell her I said hi. um, just so everybody knows, we do have moderators on our stream. So if you guys have any questions about the websites, if you have any questions about tonight's game, how to get our game cards, all of our moderators will be gladly to put those links in the comment section down below. Um, tonight tonight on Facebook, it'll be Kathy. On Instagram, it will be Isaac. On TikTok, we'll probably have Mountain Man or we'll have Jay. I think Jay should be on tonight. Who else we got? Or we have Deborah on Instagram too. And then we got Joe. We got Joe on Rumble. And we got Joe on we're on Kick. I guess we're on Kick. So we got Joe on Kick too. And YouTube, we got Mike. So those are all of our moderators on for tonight's live stream. Okay, so we'll take all your questions before we go live. We will be actually well before we do our scheduled programming for tonight. We always go an hour before game time, so we'll kick it off at probably at 5:55. We'll go with the lineup cards, which again you'll see down below. If you are on all the other platforms, we're going to be shooting it to you by mouth. So, because I know not everybody could get it, and we're for some odd reason, don't know why, but all the other platforms tend to like cut it out for some odd reason. We don't know why. Also, tell you guys one thing too. SPM wants us to let you guys know about these Met tumblers. We got these. The SPM is promoting them. These are absolutely super cool mugs. They're tumblers. I keep saying mugs. They're tumblers. They're sport. You can take them on the go. These things stay cold up to like 8 hours, which is insane because every time when I put ice cubes in this thing, And it's like in the morning time, this ice don't go away until like at nighttime. So I mean, really cool. These are great. They're stainless steel. You take them on the go with use. You can put a straw in here. I don't prefer a straw. I hate straws. I think straws are not for men. I think straws are for women. And us, and that's for men. And you can even put hot. You can put hot. You can put cold in this thing. Stays. And when I put like my hot coffee in that, man, it stays hot for hours. Really super cool. So, if you guys are even like going on fitness trip, if you're like doing fitness or something like that, you just close it and it's ready to go. SPM Apparels does now have them onto their shop, and you want to get one of these, they are $9.99. You can get them on SPM Apparels wherever you get your shopping plot. Wherever you could shop their life, they have them on. And then of course they have them on Amazon. They have them on the Facebook shop. We have it on the Instagram shop. So all the links will be in our show notes. Where would I see Juan Soto for tonight's game? Well, I'm not going to say it now because I'll do it when we get into the segment. So stay tuned. We're going to be starting live now, so might as well go. Okay. So let's start our show. Yeah, you can go into the links. We have them in the link. You're talking about the website? Yeah, go into the go into our show notes. The link is on the website. Link is on there. But it's MetsXMFanZone.org. You guys can check that out. We're getting a lot of people. We're getting a lot of pop on the website. We're getting a lot of people like coming on and want to know a little bit more about the platform. We did, from what I know, with my tech team, did some major updates on the website tonight. Yesterday, we had a little bit of an interruption in the beginning half of the game. From what I was told was we were having some live player issues, and it kind of like put a stall for like within the first inning. So it did, we were trying to get that hand taken care of, but my team was able to get on it, and we had it for the second inning in yesterday's game. But everything should be ready to. Everything works now. The live streams are ready to go, and you guys could check all that. It will be on It'll be on the website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. What's that question? Who's the girl with us? We have a man. So we have pretty much an all girl team. I have that work for me. We got Amanda. We got Lenore, which is my fiance, which is my wife. We got Ariana. She's she's always in my ear. Ariana, and then we got Brittany. So we got a lot of women that work with us in our show, and they're the backbones, believe it or not. I'm surprised they don't even come on our show because all of them are so gorgeous. Man, I mean, if you guys look at Brittany, I mean, she would steal the show if I had her on the show. All right. Okay. All right. We're going to go live now. Yeah, we'll go live now. Okay. So, all right. Let's start off with our show. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the MetsXMFanZone Live podcast, home of your everything New York Mets. If you guys love our shows and want to hear all of your breaking news Mets with all of your Mets live coverage, all of your live streams for today, and a breakdown of tonight's lineup card, you guys can get everything that we talk about in tonight's live stream in the show notes down below. We have our game cards. We have also my bet analysis and my bet predictions in this one. We're now into game 2 of this 4-game series. We got on the mound David Peterson for the New York Mets, and for the Washington Nationals, we got Jake Irvin on the mound for the Washington Nationals. This game does go live at 7:10. Now, if you are looking for a live alternative to stream to see your Mets games, MetsXMFanZone is the place to go. We give you high definition We give you high definition of games. We give you 24/7 full access of Met streams with no TV providers, no pop-ups, no advertisements. When you join our website, you'll notice that there's no advertisements on there. You won't see no TV providers on there. Strictly Mets game. You'll strictly get all Met games, no matter where you are. You'll even get my bet and analysis and predictions, and you'll get to read our latest news articles with all of our latest podcast shows, which is on our website, and you guys can check out all of that on there. And you can check out live streams for just $12.99 a month, and you get all those great benefits when you join us. So we will love to see you. We got over 200,000 members now. I think that's incredible. And we're ranked now on Google number 4 on the Google search for live Met games and also Met coverage. And also, we're ranked number 2. Not ranked number 2. I'm lying when I say we're ranked number 2. We're ranked number 4 in talking Mets betting on social media, which is really cool. You guys can check that out. All the coverage is on there, and you could do a Google search. So let's go with your lineup for tonight. If you are going to bet in this one, just so you guys know, everything that you hear in this live stream tonight is for educational purposes only. If you are betting, however, if you go to the website, we are not official with the New York Mets. I know we get so many questions about that. So we are not associated with the New York Mets, but we are a fan nation of the organization. So if you have any questions on that. But in regards to betting, please bet responsibly. And for everything that you hear in this show tonight is for educational purposes only. So let's get that out of the way. Now, if you guys have comments for us, we will answer those comments right here on our show after we discuss the lineup cards. So please watch our show to the very end, so that way you can get your Mets coverage live. So we'll be able to answer your questions after, when we talk about our lineup card for today's matchup. Also, you'll be able to see our game card and follow me too. We have all of our references in the show notes too, down below, on every player that I talk about in tonight's stream. All right, so let's get on with the showdown. Now, we got on the mound for your New York Mets is David Peterson. David Peterson is 4-1 with a 2.80 ERA. He's got 65 strikeouts. Now, with the opposing team, we got the Washington Nationals. Again, we are going to a 3-game series. Right now, we're on 2 games. This is game 2, going into a 4-game series. We got on the mound for the Washington Nationals is Jake Irvin. He's 5-2 with a 4.02 ERA. He's got 50 strikeouts. So how are we gonna call this one in this one? In this matchup, sorry, in this one. In this matchup for today's game. Now, these two pitchers are very good. Now, the last time that we saw the Washington Nationals was at last year in 2024, much later in October. And Jake Irvin, his last appearance was at 902. He had seven strikeouts in his last appearance against us. He went 7 innings, and he had no walks, no doubles in that game at all, and he had 8 strikeouts, which I don't know if he'll be able to reduplicate that game against us. But I mean, we did play at Nationals Park, so I mean, we could kind of look at this matchup in a different perspective, because the Mets got way different players now with Juan Soto now in this lineup. Of course, we got Jared Young into this lineup, Brett Beatty, Ronnie Mauricio. So we got a whole new feel in lineup here. So how are we going to do a takeaway against the Nationals in this one? There were key points that I really did look at with Jake Irvin against the New York Mets here. Now, if you see on the card here, on how I actually determined this one, I do think that Jake Irvin's going to go 6+ strikeouts. He could very well reduplicate his last appearance against us. He does throw some really good fastballs outside the strike zone. Those are kind of 2 takeaways against top players like Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor. Those could be really 2 drawbacks for the Mets here. But for the Nationals, this could work in the Nationals' favor, because he could throw 99% of the time outside of the strike zone. He does tend to throw it down into the strike zone too. And favorite pitches that he likes to throw is the curveball, the slider, and then pretty much going with the fastball. His RSIP is a little bit high. He has it at 729, which again is very effective. He has a really nice angle on the ball at probably at 25% more of the times than we've seen him the times before. So I would call this one very tight for Jake Irvin, which the Mets got to be very, very particular in how they played this game. I know we could probably sit here and overanalyze it too much, but if you are going to bet in this one, you kind of want to play this safe. You want to look at how many times he played against us, and you kind of want to look at, where he feels good at the strikes box. If he's going to go a little bit more down into the strike zone, which I've noticed he likes to throw the ball a lot outside the strike zone, pretty much at like 28, 29, and then kind of going at 175 out of the strike zone. So he does tend to throw it a little bit over 4%, and kind of with the 4% outside the strike zone has a high ratio at 3 to 4 strikeouts, going with per inning at 2 at the average of 3. So how I would estimate this is kind of go with him with the 6 innings. I think he can give me 6+ innings. I don't think he can reduplicate the last time that he has played against us. So I'm going to go with at 6+ innings. He could very well go at 7, but tonight I'm going to go at 6. I don't think he's going to go the lengthy of time, but maybe at 6. I do think that the Mets could rock him in this one. So, with that being said, I would go at 6+ innings. And then with the strikeouts, now again, he did have 8 strikeouts in his last appearance against us. So if I'm going to go and estimate this one, especially going with how he's been pitching against the New York Mets, he's got a very good ERA, to say the least here at 209, and with the 8 strikeout ratio. But I kind of would like to play this a little bit safe. So, with that being said, I would go with at 7, which is on our game card here. I would go at 7 Ks for Jake Irvin. Now let's go with David Peterson in this one. Again, if you don't see our lineup card, you guys can follow me here. It is on the website. So everything that I talk about in this stream is transcript on our article. So you'll be able to see what I'm talking about in this matchup. It will be on MetsXMFanZone.org. Just go into our blog section and you'll be able to see everything that I talked about in this one. So let's go with David Peterson in this matchup. Now, as followed and watching tape, see, tell you guys one thing, how I do these lineup cards. I watch everything. When I watch the tapes on pitching, I'll look at David Robinson on how he's pitched against the Washington Nationals, and then I'll look at Jake Irvin on how he pitched against the New York Mets. And what I'll do is I'll collaborate the two, and then I'll actually put it down into a full article. I mean, how I'm going to see this is really much of a good breakdown here because it has a nice full of levels. Now with David Peterson, I mean, Peterson is I feel, in my opinion, a way better pitcher here. He's 4-2 with a 3.80 ERA. He's got 65 strikeouts. I mean, if you kind of seen what he's done so far in the beginning half of this season, has been nothing but incredible. He heated up really hot at the end of last year. He had an ERA of 2.90. I loved on what I saw out of him last year. He has a lower ERA in this one. So, what's the draws? What's the takeaway, and how we bet for David Peterson in tonight's game? Draws that I feel that could work in his favor. His slider. His slider could very well have some good execution in this matchup. Now, many hitters in tonight's game against David Peterson tend to swing out and away. So, on the slider and on the fastball. So, good note to look at here is his strikeout ratio is well over 2.5. I like on going at 6 innings. I kind of go with the 6 pitcher ratio. Go with every two innings how he looks. Tonight, I think he's going to go at approximately 8 strikeouts. And I do think that he's going to go at 6 innings plus. His ratio with going at 6 batters is at 4 of 6. So he has been striking out 4 of the last 6 and his ERA has at 107 in that within those 6 batters of the game. So I would tend to go in the con, but in the pro, but in the con of things, when he's off, he's completely off. Then that worries me because when he's off, his command is all over the plate and throws up very, very wild. And that's one thing to watch out for this one. Going deeper into innings, like around the 5th or 6th inning, he does tend to get a little bit tired right in those innings and tends to throw a little bit wild, gets a little bit out of the plate. And that's kind of the con of this. But pros, when he's on, the fastball tends to work very well for him and the slider. So with the strikeout ratio, having it at 6.5, going at 4.5. So kind of go with 4.5 with strikeouts. At that, I would go at 8+ Ks for tonight's game, and then 6 innings plus. All right, so now let's go with we're gonna go with the lineup card. We're gonna read down both lineups, and then I'll give you my top 3 predictions in this one. I actually have a little bit more selections. I'll discuss, and I'll give you guys my reasons why. All right, so let's go with tonight's lineup card. Now, again, if you're not seeing the lineup card on the other platforms, follow me here. But if you are, you guys can check it here up on your screen. All right, so we got leading off for the Washington Nationals and playing shortstop is C.J. Abrams. Batting second and playing third base, we got Ahmad Rosario, former New York Met. Batting third, playing left field, we got James Wood. Then batting fourth, DH in today's game is Andres Chapo. Then we got batting fifth and playing first base is Nathaniel Lowe. Then we got batting sixth and playing right field is Alex Call. Then we got batting seventh and catching is Riley Adams. Then we got batting eighth and playing second base is Luis Garcia Jr. And then we got batting ninth is Jacob Young. And there is the Washington Nationals lineup. Now, here is your 2025 New York Mets. Leading off and playing shortstop is Francisco Lindor. Lindor has been having some issues with the toe. He broke his toe a couple of games ago, but he is back in the lineup. Then we got batting second and playing left field is Brandon Nimmo. Almost said Brendan Donovan. Then we got batting third, playing right field is Juan Soto. Then we got batting fourth, playing first base is Pete Alonso. Then we got batting fifth and playing center field is Jeff McNeil. Then we got batting sixth and DHing is Jared Young. Then we got batting seventh and catching for this one is Luis Torrens. Then we got batting eighth and playing second base is Brett Beatty. And then we got batting ninth and playing second base and playing third base is Ronnie Mauricio. And that's your lineup card for the New York Mets in this one. So now let's talk about my top 3 players in tonight's game. Now, who's going to go with my top stars? Now I always pick top three play. I always pick my top three picks in this one. Now, again, if you are betting in tonight's game, I'm going to give you two quick strategies to watch out for. One is never bet on mixed parlays. Mixed parlays are against you. The algorithm will always be against you when you bet mixed parlays. Now, you can take the top picks, but again, it's not going to work out in your favor because the house wants you to pick those because the house will make you lose on those. So, what's my suggestion in this one? Betting on player props. Going on parlays is the best way to go, especially with baseball. If you don't bet on player props, 9 times out of 10, you will lose. Now, if you go on a mixed parlay, you'll always lose by one. Why? Because the algorithm on mixed parlays, if you betting on, which I've noticed on how this happens, is that if you bet on players, it's 50-50. But if you're betting on mixed parlays where you're betting on a player and then you're going on, oh, well, I'm going to go and bet on this, bet on the spread, and then I'm going to go and bet on the points. No, that's not what you do. You want to bet on player props straight down the line. So if you want to bet on a player, like say for argument's sake, in this one, I'm going to go with Juan Soto. Juan Soto is going to be my number one guy in this one. I'm going to take Juan Soto for 1 home run. So now hear me out. Hear this. So I'm going with Juan Soto with 1 home run in tonight's matchup, with 3 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 double, no stolen bases. Now, how would I bet? Now, how would I do that? You go straight down the line. You go to Juan Soto, and then you go and select Juan Soto with a double, Juan Soto with 1 home run, Juan Soto with, how did I say it, 3 RBIs to get in the game. And you bet all that straight down the line. You don't go anywhere else with that. You keep that parlay intact. You keep it intact with that player. You bet it. You go on a 6 parlay on the player. Straight down the line. Don't go over. Don't go less. Go at 6. You will win money. That's how you go. That's how you can trick the algorithm on the betting apps. Like if you're using Fanatics, or if you're using DraftKings, or if you're using Fandom, or if you're using Bet360, that's where you want. That's really where you go. You kind of want to go on those types of parlays, straight players down the line, which I gave you guys. I actually gave you guys a full player parlay, which you're going to go with Juan Soto. I do now. Plate appearances, Jake Irvin against Juan Soto. Jake Irvin hasn't been successful against Juan Soto in his last game against him. So how would I estimate that? I would estimate that with that 1 home run. So I would go on this parlay at 1 home run. How did I have it? 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 double. And you go right down the line. And if you bet $10 on this game, you could win 120. So that's good. You know what? I don't recommend people going ass crazy on betting on parlays because, yeah, granted, I know people want to make money and you want to go crazy on parlays here, but that's not the way to go. The way to go with this is just betting it very simple. Go with a 6 leg parlay or a little bit less, or you could go at 5. But I do recommend, if you're going to bet on it, go at like within 5 or 6 like parlays. You could ante it up if you want. You could go with $25. You could go with $50. But I would suggest going with a low amount, and you can make double your money. But you have to go on a player prop, not on a mixed parlay. That's how you make your money, by doing that. So Juan Soto would be my number 1 pick. Now let's shift gears. Let's go with the Washington Nationals. Now, who would be a top pick for me for Washington? C.J. Abrams. Now, last game we saw C.J. Abrams have a very good game against the New York Mets. I'm going to go pretty much the same route on this one from yesterday. C.J. Abrams kind of did everything that you wanted out from the Nationals. I'm going with the same way in tonight's game. So I'm going to go with C.J. Abrams to give you 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 double, no stolen bases. We know he is a stolen base type of guy, but he's going to get caught napping tonight's game, especially with David Peterson on the mound. He's been caught with David Peterson being on the mound several times before. So twice, 2 appearances total. So he's a guy to pretty much watch out for, but you could catch a nap. You could catch him napping too. So catch him napping, you'll be able to throw him out. So in this matchup, I would kind of watch out on the steals. All right. Now let's go with my number 2 pick for the Washington Nationals, and then we'll head back to the Mets, would be Alex Cole. Tonight's game is a 50-50 shot. So if you're going to go on bet on this one, I do suggest it, and I do think this is going to come up big. I'm going to go with no home runs on Alex Cole. I'm betting against him in tonight's game. I'm going against the algorithm. They have Alex Cole tonight at a home run, and that was pretty much one of the suggestion parlays. Go against this. Go with no home runs for him. I would go with 3 RBIs, 2 walks, and 1 double for Alex Cole. But go goose eggs on home runs for him. Now, my number 2 pick for the New York Mets in this one, and I'm going to go with Jeff McNeil. Now, last night, Jeff McNeil brought in the scoring run to win the game last night. That was very... Jeff McNeil has really been on. He's been hitting a lot better. His level playing field has been really good. Liked on what I'm seeing the defense out of him doing as of lately. Tonight's game, he's going to be playing center field, I think. Or is it center field? Yeah. He's going to be playing center field in tonight's game. So, interested in seeing him playing center field. He's played there once before already, and he looks so bad. Jeff McNeil's been so far a utility guy out there, and he's been playing all right now. So I want to continue that hot streak that he's been doing. So tonight, how I'm gonna go with this is 1 home run for him. I'm gonna go with 1 RBI, 0 walks, 1 double, 1 stolen base. Bet it down the line. You bet it down the line at $10. This bet could win you at $150. Now let's go with my 3rd pick for the Washington Nationals in this one, and that would be James Wood. How would I pick this one in tonight's game? 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, and 2 doubles, 1 stolen base. Now, that stolen base could be either caught stealing or he could he could really kind of get Luis Torrens. I don't think he will. I think Luis Torrens would catch him napping and kind of get him out there at second. So I would suggest if you're going to bet in this one, I would go with catching. There are going to be 2 other things I'll talk about after the top picks, but I got something really interesting for you guys, and these are like parlays that I would suggest as additional. So with Alex Wood, Alex Wood. With James Wood playing left field, that's the suggestion I would go. 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, 2 doubles, and 1 stolen base. That bet at $10 can win you at $325. All right, so let's go with my third pick in tonight's game, and that would be Luis Torrens. Every time when Luis Torrens is playing, he has some really good numbers against this guy. One thing I'm going to take on a draw on this one is Luis Torrens to go with home runs. I do think the home run ratio, he's always hit for power. He always hits very well. How I'm going to suggest this is Torrens for the home run in today's game. They have him to have nothing in tonight's game. They have him going for 0 for 4, which I found very interesting because Torrens has a really good bat. So how am I going to project this? I'm going to go with 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, and 1 double for tonight's match. Now let's go with additional bets in this one, which I didn't have. Now catching, Luis Torrens to throw out 3 batters in tonight's game, and caught napping at first would be at 2 times for the New York Mets, and then 2 times for the Washington Nationals. So you could put that in a mixed parlay somewhere. Now let's go with total hits, points, overs, and unders. Now, who's my top predictions for this one? The total hits would be total of 29 hits. Now, the point spread for this one is 7.5. I'm going with an alternative spread on this one and go at 9. I'm going to go it on the over. So if you're going to go onto the main screen where you see MLB, I would go at the points and then go with the over under at 9. Total score for tonight's matchup, I would go with the Mets 13 and the Washington Nationals at 9. So totals game would be 13 to 9. New York Mets win in tonight's matchup. And that would be my lineup card for tonight's game. Now, if you guys want to see any sort of references in tonight's matchup, it will be in our article on our website. So everything that I talked about in today's game will be on our website. If you would like to catch tonight's game, we got the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. We got David Peterson on the mound for the Mets. And then for the Washington Nationals, we got Jake Irvin. If you are looking to catch today's game, if you're at the stadium, that's great to, be at the stadium. It's always great to be at the stadium to watch the Mets win. But if you're not at the stadium and really looking for an alternative to getting Met games at a much cheaper way, MetsXMFanZone.org is the place to go, because we give you all of your latest podcast shows. We give you all of your latest articles. We give it to you guys all organically. And you can get Met games with no interruptions, no pop-ups, no advertisements. And you can get all of that coverage for just $12.99 a month when you sign up and join the Mets Exam Fan Zone live podcast. I want to thank you guys for watching here in our show. All the questions that you guys had in the beginning of our show tonight was awesome. I want to thank you guys for watching them. Keep coming with all of your comments. If you wanted to see our game card, it will be on our website. And if you saw it here on the stream, it was down below, and was down below here too as well. So that's our lineup for tonight's game. Everything that we talked about in this show tonight was for educational purposes only. We do not affiliate ourselves with these betting apps, but please bet at your own discretion. And also, we do not accept any wins or losses, and we are not held responsible for anybody that takes our bets or takes my predictions and my strategy, and we're not held responsible for any loss that people lose on our analysis. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Be safe, be well. Head to the stadium for tonight's game. This is going to be a good one, with the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. Game goes live at 7:10. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be safe, be well, and let's go